YouTube, chicks. Get ready.
You know what to do, chicks.
I find him. You know, I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh man, we are watching the Spin Masters at work, you guys. This is why the game is a top 3 line rapper right now. At a certain point, we have to give credit to the game for being consistent in line. The passion he has for the game of lying is unmatched. It's nothing like we've ever seen before. Y'all remember a couple months ago when the game told us that he was about to sign Kendrick Lamar?
Top Dog's house, and just, you know, helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my, 2 cents since I was a little bit, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot. Mm-hmm. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? Let me get him as an artist. Right. Because I already knew what he was gonna be.
And then Kendrick's bodyguard came out and said, no, the fuck you weren't, buddy. You're lying. And some way, somehow, that story just magically disappeared. Listen, man, if you're going to lie about some shit, you gotta make sure that nobody on this earth is able to call you out for it. Now, yesterday, we saw the game come out and said that he had no issues with Kendrick.
The most impactful thing he said to me was he named a bunch of deceased rappers that we all know that we can no longer talk to. And he just was talking about how dangerous it gets. I think kind of like what Lupe said too, how dangerous it gets for certain situations. And, he's outside, no security, just game. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the artist. It's always the different entourages. He said he loved Kendrick, so it's not even a thing. So that's another thing. I don't like people, and I know you got to get your views, and I feel it, but there's no beef between Kendrick and Game. He reiterated that to me on the phone, that he didn't know that Kendrick felt the way about that. He reiterated it, but now he said in retrospect he could see and understand it. But guess what? This is one of the bombshells I'm going to drop here today. But he said when Kendrick did Power, this is what he said. When Kendrick did Power, and they knew that 50 Cent was his arch nemesis, he didn't feel away. He felt like he enjoyed it. So he's like, I didn't care that Kendrick did Power. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he said. Another thing that he wanted me to put out here, since I'm going down. The hoodie that he wore in the J-Rock video, the reason he zipped it up is because he got $10,000 to wear it. So that's why he was wearing that shirt. So everybody that held that grudge from him, he got paid money to wear the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't fuck with him lyrically. Just period. And he said niggas don't, all the motherfuckers, when people talk about lists and he not on the list, but he went up against Jay-Z. He went up against this one. He went up against that one, and he's still here. He's still here rapping, walking around, running his miles, living his life, lifting weights, living and breathing and eating good food. And I said, this was my rebuttal. I said, hey, well, the video shoot, he felt the way about that. He said, well, if I held grudges, like niggas held grudges against me, where would the West Coast be? He's like, there was a time where I was the only nigga out here. So if I was like that, when niggas was trying to do what they was doing, where would we be? Where would we all be?
Even Whack 100 came out in his defense yesterday.
Kendrick is from Bompton.
So Game got to take niggas in with Kendrick.
When it come to Game and it being a problem, he come from it being a problem or it's not a problem. You get what I'm saying?
I get that, but you don't, I feel like there's an entitlement or a power dynamic. How could Kendrick feel a way about Game bringing Drake to his hood? It's not like he brought him to Kendrick's crib.
Because Kendrick is from Bompton.
So niggas got to check in with Kendrick then. So Game got to check niggas in with Kendrick.
Kendrick from, listen, I think the only thing is, if Kendrick would have put a call in, hey, bro, woo, okay, bam. But again, if that call would have went in, I'm telling you, I know Game.
Wait. So
Him and
you
Drake-
think that Kendrick, if he had put a call in, he could have stopped Drake from beating Compton?
No, if he would have put a call in, Game would have just fixed it.
I don't think
You feel
Kendrick
me?
was trying to fix it. Kendrick's a natural born hater. He told you.
I mean, but what I'm trying to tell you is, Kendrick is not the type of dude unless you're. It's probably 3-4 dudes who know what Kendrick thinking, who he gonna express that to, right? Other than that, you don't really hear and see Kendrick unless he going at a nigga on the track. So I honestly can say I know, because when we had the conversation about doing the video in Game's neighborhood, it was never a man, you think this going? Because if that would have came up, I'm obligated to get on the line with Top. Listen, I didn't know it was a fucking problem like that.
Well, let me
I'm
ask.
telling you, I didn't know.
So you had no. So when you saw,
Oh, my mama, bro, I had no idea, bro. Look.
so
when
you
I-
thought
when I
that Kendrick was cool with Game?
No, I didn't know that Kendrick and Drake at that time had a problem.
Oh,
Bro, I don't
okay,
come
okay,
from-
all right.
Listen, I come from no Vaseline dish, right? I come from that shit where nigga, bitch, you's a bitch, your mama's a bitch, fuck your hood, your dead homies. Nigga, we shot your nigga last month and it's up. Okay, that's where I come from. Now I know it's a problem.
Okay.
I don't come from a nigga saying little subs and I don't know what the fuck niggas talking about, a backpack, conscious, and nigga ain't no names being mentioned.
Wait.
Game don't come from that. When Game go at a nigga, he mentioned a nigga 500 ways.
No, you're right. Hold on. So you're saying that when y'all did the video in Compton, Top or Kendrick never called you and be like, yo, why you got this fuck nigga over here, man? You know this nigga dissing me, right?
Because if they would have called, we'd have had to address it. Look, bro, that's my G homie. I don't call too many niggas my G homie. I'm never gonna disregard Top if he's feeling some kind of way. If I'm mad about something, I tell him, he not gonna do. He gonna okay, Wack, come holler. What's happening, right? I'm never if that call would have came in. Fuck no, we would. Game would have simply got Drake on the line and fixed it. I'm telling you.
No, I think he could get Drake on the line. I really don't think Kendrick respected him.
Nah, you got
Now, keep in mind, Stacko said the opposite. He said me and Top Dog called Whack 100 and let him know that it was an issue.
When they shot that 100 video in Compton, because Top communicated that to Wack and Chuck, and I said that to both of them too. So it wasn't like the nigga ain't know. So, that was the thing.
But, all right, cool. Now, if you're claiming you don't have no issues with somebody, you should not be trying to expose that person or speak negatively about them or anybody that's affiliated with them. And this is why people do not believe the game. After getting off the phone with Stat, the game left this comment on the Flacco's post. Now, first off, shout out to Chillin' with Moni. She's the person who got this content, so please make sure you guys go follow her. She caught this screenshot where the game was threatening to expose Kendrick Lamar's camp.
But I ain't trying to hear the decoration for that goofy stuff, bruh. Oh, nah, he's just mysterious. He just, nah, man, he just be disappearing. He just, nah, man, Dot is like Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ be gone for 2,000 years, he ain't come back yet. That's how Dot is, Dot imitates Jesus Christ. Man, hey, bruh, y'all cannot, hey.
Game said at least one nigga get it. Fans and internet goofies will never get it. These niggas aren't who you think they are. One day, I'm gonna pull the curtain down so you can see every clown in their circus. Now, to me personally, this doesn't sound too peaceful now, does it? You can't say on one hand, yo, I don't got beef with you. Then next minute, go on social media and say that the person has a circus filled with a bunch of clowns. Listen, man, at this point, game, you might as well drop whatever files you got on Kendrick and his camp. We know you're itching to expose him and somebody in his camp. And we know you got at least 30 Kendrick diss records tucked away in your studio. Let it fly, brother. At this point, you have nothing to lose. Kendrick is never going to be cool with you again. He's never going to speak to you again. The fans and everybody can see through this whole passive aggressiveness that you got with him and people around him. That phone call you think Kendrick owes you is never going to come, brother. You've been dissing the man for a couple years now, and then you still wonder why the man wants no relationship with you. This is absolutely nuts. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of the game threatening to pull down the curtains and expose every clown in TDE or in Kendrick Circus? Is there anybody specifically you guys think he's talking about? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.